Some owners make their cats feel deeply loved without ever realizing it, not through expensive toys or treats, through tiny 3-second habits that speak directly to how cats are wired. Most people stumble into 1 or 2 by accident, but the owners whose cats never leave their side, they do all 15. Let's find out how many you already do. Number 1. Scratch the one spot they can never reach themselves. When bonded cats groom each other, they don't lick just anywhere. They focus almost entirely on the base of the head, right between and behind the ears. That's the one spot a cat physically cannot reach on their own. The only way they ever get groomed there is by someone they trust completely. That's why this spot is different from everywhere else you touch your cat. The belly is vulnerable. The chin feels good. But the area between the ears and down the back of the head is reserved, family only. Research shows this kind of touch releases oxytocin in cats, the same bonding chemical released between mothers and their young. When you gently stroke that spot with your fingertips, slow and repetitive, your cat's eyes close. Their body softens, their purr drops into something deeper. That's not just comfort. That's your cat's brain telling them they are home. But what happens when your cat chooses your lap and then you do the one thing that quietly teaches them never to come back? That's number 2. Let them choose when to leave your lap. When your cat climbs onto your lap, what do you do when you need to get up? Most owners gently lift them off and move on. It seems polite. But from your cat's perspective, something just happened. They chose you. They made themselves vulnerable. They settled. And then they were moved, not because they did anything wrong, just because you needed to. Over time, this pattern quietly teaches your cat that choosing you comes with a risk, so they start choosing you less. The habit is simple. Whenever possible, let them leave first. If you genuinely have to get up, give a few seconds of gentle strokes before you do. Let them feel the ending coming rather than experiencing a sudden removal. That small thing tells your cat something that matters deeply. When you come to me, I will protect that. But most owners make an even bigger mistake the moment they reach out to pet their cat, and it starts before their hand even touches them. Let them sniff your hand first. How do you greet your cat when you walk into a room? If you reach down and start petting them right away, you're skipping a step your cat has been waiting for you to learn. Cats don't process the world through sight the way we do. Their primary sense is smell. Every interaction they have begins with their nose. When 2 bonded cats greet each other, they don't just walk up and start grooming. They touch noses first. That exchange says, I know you, you're safe. When you skip straight to petting, your cat experiences something closer to being grabbed by a near stranger. Repeated enough times, it teaches them to flinch instead of lean in. The fix is simple. Every time you're about to pet your cat, extend one finger first, hold it a few inches from their nose, and wait. When they push their face into your hand, that's your green light. 2 seconds. That's all it takes to go from someone who pets them to someone who asks first. And cats never forget the people who ask first. But there's something your cat tries to do for you that most owners accidentally reject every single time. Let them groom you if they try. Has your cat ever started licking your hand or your arm and you gently pulled away because it felt strange? Completely understandable. But here is what you moved away from. Allogrooming, when cats groom each other, is one of the most exclusive behaviors in their social world. Cats do not groom just anyone. They groom the members of their group they feel the deepest bond with. When your cat licks you, they are placing you in that category. Pulling away, even gently, sends a signal they register. The offer was not accepted. Over time, cats who are consistently redirected when they try to groom their owners simply stop trying. Not dramatically, quietly. So, the next time your cat starts grooming you, let it happen for a few seconds before you redirect. Sit still. Let them finish a moment. That small window of acceptance tells your cat something they carry into every interaction after. What I give you, you receive. And that, in cat language, is the beginning of everything. Now, what about the way you look at your cat? Because most owners are sending a threat signal with their eyes every single day without knowing it. Blink at them before you look away. Have you ever caught your cat staring at you from across the room? Most people either stare back or just look away. Both send the wrong message. In cat language, a direct, unblinking stare is a threat. It's what predators do right before they strike. So, every time you hold eye contact and don't respond, you're accidentally putting your cat on edge. But there's a fix that takes 3 seconds. The next time your cat meets your eyes, let your eyelids drop slowly, hold for just a moment, then look away. That's a slow blink. Researchers at the University of Sussex confirmed in 2020 that cats respond to slow blinks from their owners by blinking back and moving closer. That tiny gesture translates directly to, "I am not a threat. You are safe with me." Do this every morning and every time your cat catches your eye. 3 seconds. That's all it takes to tell your cat something no treat ever could. But your cat has been sending this signal back to you first, and most owners miss it completely every single time. That's number 17. Talk to them in that embarrassing voice. You know that soft, high-pitched tone you use when no one else is around? Most people feel embarrassed about it. Science says you should be doing it even more. A 2022 study from the University of Paris found that cats can tell the difference between their owner's voice and a stranger's voice, but only when the owner used that warm, exaggerated tone. When owners spoke in their normal adult voice, cats barely reacted. The moment they switched to that soft, gentle pitch, their cats perked up, turned their heads, and moved closer. Your cat isn't just hearing noise. They're recognizing you. And that recognition only clicks when you speak to them the way you'd speak to someone you genuinely adore. Every time you walk past your cat, when you feed them, when you catch them staring, say something, anything. The words don't matter. What matters is the tone. Soft, slow, warm. That voice tells your cat something no action can. You are safe. I see you. I'm glad you're here. But your cat has been trying to talk back this entire time, and most owners have no idea how to answer. Sit near them and do absolutely nothing. What if the most powerful thing you could do for your cat every day required 0 effort? Most owners think bonding means petting, playing, or giving treats. So, when they sit on the couch and their cat is across the room, they feel like nothing is happening. But something huge is happening. Your cat is watching. And the fact that you're nearby without demanding anything is speaking louder than any treat ever could. In the wild, cats only rest near other cats they completely trust. They don't cuddle to show affection the way dogs do. They share space. When you sit near your cat without reaching for them, without calling their name, without trying to make something happen, you're telling them something rare. I don't need anything from you. I just want to be here. Do this daily and watch what happens. The distance shrinks. First the same room, then the same couch, then right beside you. Not because you asked, because they chose you. But there's one thing almost every owner does when their cat is most peaceful that slowly teaches them your presence isn't safe. Never wake a sleeping cat. Walk past them instead. Can you honestly say you've never scooped up your sleeping cat just because they look too cute to resist? It feels like love. To your cat, it feels like something else entirely. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours a day. Deep sleep is when their body recovers and regulates their nervous system. It's also when they're most vulnerable. When you interrupt that, even gently, their heart rate spikes, their claws come out, And even if they settle into your arms seconds later, something gets registered. That spot isn't as safe as they thought. Do this enough times, and your cat starts choosing harder to reach places to sleep, under the bed, on top of shelves. They're not being antisocial. They're protecting the one thing they need most from the one person who keeps taking it. The daily habit is the simplest one on this list. When your cat is asleep, walk past them. That restraint tells your cat something picking them up never could. Your peace matters to me. But what about when your cat is fully awake and engaged with you? Because most owners are ending that moment in a way that makes their cat trust them less every single time. End every petting session before they pull away. Most owners pet their cat until the cat leaves. That seems harmless. But here's what's actually happening. Every time your cat has to pull away or swat to end the interaction, they're the ones setting the boundary. And over time, that teaches them that being touched means having to manage you. The shift is small but powerful. Start ending the session yourself, just a few seconds before you think they've had enough. Pull your hand back gently while they're still relaxed, still purring, still leaning in. What happens next surprises most people. Their cat follows the hand. They push their head back into it. Because now the interaction ended on their terms, not because they had to escape it. Do this consistently, and your cat starts associating your touch with something it almost never gets. Complete safety with zero pressure. That changes everything about how they come to you. But what happens when your cat brings something to you? Because that moment means far more than most owners ever realize. Match their energy when they bring you a toy. Has your cat ever dropped a toy at your feet and just stared at you? Most owners glance down, maybe smile, and go back to whatever they were doing. But to your cat, something just happened they will quietly remember. When a cat brings you an object, they are not playing. They are sharing a hunt. In the wild, cats bring prey back to the members of their group they feel most bonded with. It is one of the highest gestures in their social language. Your cat just told you without words that you are part of their inner circle. And you looked away. The fix is simple. The next time your cat drops something at your feet, stop completely. Pick it up. Examine it like it matters. Those 10 seconds of full attention tell your cat something. Hours of passive coexistence never could. You see me. You receive what I give you. That exchange deepens the bond in a way most owners never realize they are missing. But there is one moment every day where most owners make their cat feel completely exposed without knowing it. Never stare at them while they eat. This one surprises almost every cat owner who hears it. You love watching your cat eat. It is adorable. But here is what is happening on their end. In the wild, eating is the most vulnerable moment for any predator. Their head is down. Their eyes are off their surroundings. Every instinct tells them this is when something could go wrong. When your cat eats and you stand nearby watching, their body registers a presence during their most exposed moment. Even if they trust you completely, that low-level tension runs underneath. Over time, cats in these homes eat faster, carry food away from the bowl, hesitate before approaching. The fix takes zero effort. When your cat eats, walk away. Give them the room. That small act of stepping back tells your cat something that builds deeper trust than any gesture toward them ever could. You are safe even when your guard is completely down. And speaking of safety, there is one moment every single day that most owners walk straight past without a second thought. Pause and acknowledge them when you come home. What is the first thing you do when you walk through the door? Most people put down their bags, check their phone, head to the kitchen. Their cat is right there watching, sometimes calling out, and they get a distracted pat on the way to something else. Here is what your cat was actually doing. They tracked your absence the entire time you were gone. They heard your car. They recognized your footsteps. They positioned themselves at the door because, in their world, your return is an event. A study in animal cognition confirmed that cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners and show measurable stress responses during separation. When you walk past them, that reunion moment disappears without acknowledgement. Over time, these cats stop meeting their owners at the door, not because they stopped caring, because they learned it means nothing to you. The fix takes 20 seconds. Stop. Get down to their level. Let them sniff you and re-establish that you are home and you are theirs. That is the moment your cat's nervous system finally settles. But what about the moment you leave? Because most owners disappear without a word, and their cat pays for it. Give them a choice between two spots near you. Most owners have one spot where they sit. Their cat either comes or they don't. But here is something small that changes everything. When you settle somewhere, place something soft, a folded blanket or cushion, within a few feet of you but not directly on top of you. Then leave it alone. What you are doing is giving your cat an option. They can come close without being on you. They can be near without being held. For cats, proximity on their own terms feels completely different from proximity arranged for them. Over time, cats given these small choices show more consistent bonding behavior. They come closer more often, they stay longer, they initiate contact more. Because every time they chose that spot, it was their decision, and cats bond most deeply with the people who let them choose. But before you even sit down, there is something most owners do every single morning that their cat has been quietly dreading. Say goodbye before you leave the house. This one will feel strange the first time you do it, but stay with it. Most owners leave the house without a word to their cat. They grab their keys, close the door, and that is it. From your cat's perspective, you simply disappeared. Research on cat attachment shows that cats experience measurable anxiety during owner absence, particularly in the first hour. After separation, a brief, calm acknowledgement before you leave actually helps regulate that response, not a long, drawn-out goodbye. Just find your cat, crouch down for a few seconds, speak to them softly, and leave calmly. What that routine builds over time is a pattern your cat can recognize. This sound, this tone, this moment means they are leaving and they always come back. That predictability is not a small thing for an animal whose entire sense of safety is built on knowing what comes next. You are not just saying goodbye, you are telling them this absence has an end. Now, we are at the last one. And this is the one I mentioned at the very beginning. End every day with one quiet moment just for them. This is the last one, and in some ways the most important. Think about how most days end with your cat. You get into bed, they may or may not join you, and you fall asleep. The day just closes. But cats are deeply sensitive to routine and to the emotional texture of the time they spend with you. Before you sleep, take 60 seconds. Find your cat wherever they are. Sit with them quietly. No phone, no distraction, just your hand resting near them, your breathing slow, your presence fully there. You do not need to pet them. You do not need them to respond. Just be still beside them for 1 minute. What builds over weeks of this habit is something impossible to miss. Your cat begins to anticipate it. They settle earlier in the evening, closer to where you will be. Because something in their body has learned that the end of every day brings this. One quiet moment where the person they love most stops everything and just exists with them. For your cat, that 60 seconds might be the most important moment of their entire day. Be honest in the comments. Which one of these were you getting wrong this whole time? Were you picking up your sleeping cat, walking past them when you came home, pulling away when they tried to groom you? Drop the number in the comments. Because every single owner reading this was doing at least one of these without knowing it, and your cat never stopped loving you for it, they were just waiting for you to understand. Subscribe so we can help you understand them better every single week.